Willie Knibbs Memorial Stand today. Despite the rain, we're outside, and well, as you can probably hear over the microphone, the wind is playing havoc with the conditions here. We can see a couple of mistakes from the players with regards to the ball being blown out of position with the wind. So, if anything, it may not be the best conditions for the players, but it creates some opportunities for some great football for fans and pundits alike. Well, I say pundits, there's only one pundit here today, because I believe Shepshed's commentator hasn't made the trip from Leicestershire over to Coventry. But nevertheless, we are here ready for kick-off. We are about 13 minutes away from our scheduled kick-off time. So let's get straight into the team news for Coventry United and Shepshed. Let's start up with the red and greens. For Coventry United, number 1, Rich Morris. Number 2, Pierre Moodim. 3, Ben Valance. 4, Jean Decory. Number 5, Lewis Ison. 6, Jamie Coleman. 7, Kevin Thornton. 8, Chris Cox. Number 9, Jimmy Holton. 10, Josh O'Grady. And 11 is Courtney Cameron. Now, I'm not too sure what formation United are going for. They haven't got a recognised striker on the pitch from the start. They have got Kai Williams on the bench, but right now it looks like they're going for a 4-man defence, possibly a 4-3-3 with Cameron and Cox pushing either side of O'Grady, but we'll have to wait and see how the game starts. But no recognised strikers on the field from the start for Coventry United. On the bench, Tommy Glasgow, Rob Prinzel, Kai Williams, Muzzy Nduna and Gift Musa. Our visitors now, Shepshed Dynamo. Number 1, Laurie Pearson. 2, Jared Russell. 3, Josh Morrell. Number 4, Joe Pheasant. 5, Jake Betts. Number 6, Niall Prendeville. 7, Joel Carter. 8, Matt Gardner. 9, Matt Langham. Number 10, Michael Reeve. And 11, Jake Woolley. And on the bench, number 12, Liam Hurst. Number 14, Abubakar Umar. Yeah, a round of applause please. I don't know how I managed to pronounce that name. Number 15, Pete Dunn. 16, Gary Andrews. And 17, Anthony Hahn. So those are the starting lineups for Coventry United and Shepshed Dynamo. Of course, today's show on Coventry United Matchday is sponsored by our good friends at Graham, the Plumbers Merchant, operating across the Midlands, supplying all of your bathroom heating and plumbing needs. So check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for your nearest store location and the latest special offers. Just 10 minutes to go until kick-off here at Spinks Drive for live coverage of United against Shepshed. Last time these two sides faced off was back in, I think it was September, was the last game between these two sides. It ended 2-2 between United and Shepshed. Kai Williams put United ahead before Ben Hazley scored twice to turn it around and make it 2-1 to Shepshed. Gift Musa equalised on 65 minutes for Coventry United to make it 2-2 at full time. The last time these two sides played each other at the still humorously named Butthole Lane. I'm still having giggles about that name, to be honest with you, but we were told that it has nothing to do with someone's rear end. It's called Butthole Lane because the ground used to be an archery field, and the butthole is basically like the centre part of an arrow board, basically. So yeah, that's the reasoning behind that rather strange ground name. But that was then. This is now. We're here at Spinks Drive, ready for another fantastic game on Coventry United Matchday. We've got to say that a massive congratulations to Coventry United under-21s who absolutely thrashed Rushden and Diamonds by 7 goals to 0. Yeah, you heard me right, 7-0 for Coventry United at Rushden and Diamonds. There were a couple of goals for the Ludford brothers as we try and get the goal scorers up. I believe Hammond got 2, Reece Snape got 1, Palmer got 2 as well. So I believe those are the goal scorers. If I have got those wrong, then sorry lads, but you know what I'm like. Also, if you do fancy yourself some free, yes you heard me, free women's football this weekend, then get yourself over to Pack Meadow, the home of Coleshill Town Football Club, for a fantastic match in, I believe it is the Women's Premier League South, I think it is. I'm still getting to terms with the United ladies after last weekend. Coventry United ladies are taking on, I think it's Lewis ladies. It's a 2 PM kickoff, and there is free admission for everyone. So make sure you get yourself down to Pack Meadow in Coleshill, 2 PM tomorrow for Coventry United versus Lewis ladies. Seriously, what else are you going to do on a Sunday? It's going to be better than that. Talking of the ladies, we had a fantastic time over at Butlin Road in Rugby on Sunday, where we covered our first ever women's match here on Coventry United match day, with the ladies sadly going down by 1-0 against Aston Villa ladies, Moran scoring the only goal in that game. If you didn't listen to the coverage of that match, it is still available on Coventry United Matchday's YouTube channel. So at half time, why don't you go and check out the coverage from that game. It was an absolutely fantastic match. Just a shame that the ladies couldn't quite get over the line, and Aston Villa have gone through to I believe it's the 5th round of the Women's FA Cup. But still a fantastic day at rugby last weekend, and commiserations and congratulations to Coventry United ladies on their performance in the Cup this season. We've got to look ahead now for Coventry United with Shepshed Dynamo here at Spinks Drive. Much like Coventry United, Shepshed don't have an out-and-out top scorer. I mean, they haven't really got a 20-goal per season striker to rely on, much like United this season. Dynamo's top scorer, Liam Reid, has actually found the net 11 times in 34 league and cup matches. Ben Hazley has hit the net 9 times in 13 games, but I believe he's no longer with the club. Reid, I don't think he's actually in the team sheet for today's game. In fact, no, he isn't. There's no Liam Reid, so they are without their top 2 scorers, one of which I believe is no longer with the club. Reid actually holds the record this season for the most starts of any Shepshed player, with 34 starts in total in league and cup. Now, this may be the perfect time for Coventry United to play Shepshed, because the Dynamo are actually recovering from a wretched vein of form, having failed to win 11 league and cup matches until a 3-0 triumph at home to Brockton last weekend. However, they lost 3-0 at Stourport on Tuesday, bringing them back to earth quickly. So 11 league and cup matches without a win until last weekend when they beat Brockton 3-0. So you could say that United are favourites going into this match. They are in a higher league position. They're at home. They know this pitch, this surface very, very well. And also Shepshed just coming off that pretty bad vein of form. But also you can say that after that victory, Shepshed may have a little bit of confidence despite losing to Stourport 3-0 on Tuesday. We'll have to wait and see. You know what they say about football, it is certainly not predictable. A lot of matches happening across the country this weekend. Let's take you through some of them before we get going with the match here at Spinks Drive. In the Premier League, Chelsea have Swansea City at home. Crystal Palace host fellow strugglers Middlesbrough. Everton host Sunderland. And you know, Everton are actually accumulating more points out of anyone in the Premier League in this calendar year. Hull City have Burnley. That should be a very interesting one. West Bromwich Albion versus Bournemouth, and the late kick-off is Watford versus West Ham. One final score to bring you from the Championship. Leeds United beat Sheffield Wednesday 1-0 in the Yorkshire derby. Sheffield Wednesday fans certainly not happy about that one. Now, Aston Villa are at home to Derby County in another local derby. There's another one here as well, Barnsley versus Huddersfield. It's local derby heaven today, seriously. Brentford have got Rotherham. Sadly, no local history between these two sides. Cardiff have Fulham. Newcastle United host Bristol City. Preston North End have got QPR, Wigan host Nottingham Forest, and the late kick-off sees Brighton host Reading. In League 1, AFC Wimbledon host Walsall, Bristol Rovers are home to Scunthorpe, Charlton have Bury, Chesterfield host Oxford, as the camera is going for walkies. The wind is certainly getting up here at Spinks Drive. And here's the big Coventry City versus Swindon Town. The Sky Blues have to win this one. I know we're saying every game is a 6-pointer now, with the Sky Blues in desperate need of some points to get themselves out of this relegation dogfight that they're in. Seriously, they have to win today. I believe Swindon are 22nd and they're in horrible form, so the Sky Blues really could do with a win. We'll try and keep up to date with that match as and when we get the score updates. Fleetwood have got Northampton, Gillingham host Southend, MK Dons versus Shrewsbury, Oldham host Millwall, Peterborough have got Rochdale, Port Vale against Bradford City, and Sheffield United versus Bolton Wanderers. And in League 2, there's a few decent matches in here. Barnet have got Cambridge, Carlisle host Portsmouth, So yeah, a real taste one there. Two teams hoping to get into the promotion race this season. Colchester have got Hartlepool United. Crewe host Stevenage. Doncaster Rovers versus Accrington Stanley. Still don't know who they are. Exeter have Blackpool. Leyton Orient versus Cheltenham Town. Luton Town versus Argyle. Mansfield against Newport. Grimsby travel to Morecambe. Notts County host Yeovil. And Wycombe Wanderers host Crawley Town. So those are the games that we'll try and keep you up to date with throughout today's game. But do remember, I'm also operating the camera and doing the commentary at the same time, so it's not going to be easy to keep you up to date with everything. But of course, we will endeavour to say what is happening over at the Rico Arena, where Coventry City are taking on Swindon Town in a relegation 6-pointer. It is the must-win of all must-wins for the Sky Blues. So fingers crossed City can get themselves 3 points, 2 wins in a row, which they haven't achieved all season. Let's see if the Sky Blues can drag themselves out of this relegation hell that they find themselves in. No such relegation worries for Coventry United, however, this season. They haven't quite hit the heights that some fans had hoped. So no promotion this season for United, but they're looking to consolidate their position this season ahead of a real title push next year. We actually got some news of a couple of player departures over the past couple of weeks. Callum Burgess has left Coventry United. Ben Mackey's gone as well. So United actually only have one recognised striker in the entire squad right now, in Kyle Williams, and he's on the bench. United not playing an established striker in the starting lineup today. From looking at the team sheet, I believe that Josh O'Grady is going to be the main striker, with Chris Cox and Conor Cameron pushing alongside him in a three-man attack, with Holton, Decory and Thornton in central midfield. The defensive Moodin, Valance, Ison and Coleman. So it looks to me as it's going to be a 4-3-3. So the wing-back formation is no more for Coventry United. Could they be catching Shepshed off guard with this sudden change in formation? We can see the players making their way down from the dressing room at Spinks Drive. We're ready for exclusively live non-league action between Coventry United and Shepshed Dynamo. Of course, today's show sponsored by our good friends at Graham, the Plumbers Merchant, operating across the Midlands, for all of your bathroom heating and plumbing needs. And there is Daisy the cow. She's in the shed once again. Well, she's in the shed against Shepshed, so do with that what you will. Once again, our friends at Graham the Plumbers Merchant, operating across the Midlands, so all of your bathroom heating and plumbing needs. So check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for your nearest store location and the latest special offers. So that's grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk, the official sponsors of Coventry United Match Day. As the Coventry United substitutes make their way over to the bench, we can see Muzzy and Duna doing a strange sort of dance. I haven't seen him do that one before, but we know that Muzzy, Jean Decory and Pierre Moodim, they've got the moves. If anyone follows them on social media, then they have definitely got the moves. And here come the two sides, the stars of our show. Coventry United against Shepshed Dynamo, live on Coventry United Match Day with Liam Cook. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Cov Matchday. Let us know your thoughts on the action. You also get in touch with us in terms of our Man of the Match award in the second half. Let's go through another recap of the starting lineups at Spinks Drive, starting with Coventry United. Number 1, Rich Morris. 2, Pierre Moodim. 3, Ben Valance. 4, Jean Decory. Number 5, Lewis Ison. 6, Jamie Coleman. 7, Kevin Thornton. 8, Chris Cox. 9, Jimmy Holton. Number 10, Josh O'Grady. And 11, Courtney Cameron. On the bench for the Red and Greens, number 12, Tommy Glasgow. 14, Rob Frinzel. 15, Kai Williams. 16, Muzzy and Duna. And 17, Gift Musa. For Shepshed Dynamo this afternoon, number 1, Laurie Pearson. 2, Jared Russell. Number 3, Josh Morrell. 4, Joe Pheasant. 5, Jake Betts. 6, Niall Prenderville. 7, Joel Carter. 8, Matt Gardner. 9, Matt Langham. 10, Michael Reeve. And 11, Jake Woolley. And on the bench for the Dynamo, number 12, Liam Hurst. 14, Abubakar Umar. 15, Pete Dunn. 16, Gary Andrews. And 17, Andy Hone. So those are the starting lineups for today's match between Coventry United and Shepshed Dynamo. The wind has certainly picked up at Spinks Drive, but thankfully the rain has subsided. United in their traditional red and green with the white stripes down the sleeves. The civic colours of the best dance city in the world, the city of Coventry. Shepshed in their changed strip of yellow and black. And the two captains meet in the centre with the referee and his assistants for the coin toss. Chris Cox, of course, representing Coventry United. United, of course, fresh from that 1-1 draw last weekend against Walsall Wood. Lewis Ison scoring United's only goal as Jake Betts and Chris Cox return to their sides as we get set to kick off. And I believe it's going to be Shepshed to kick off. And indeed, Shepshed have won the toss. They're going to start the game. It's going to be Matt Langham over the ball to get us underway. Coventry United battling against the conditions today. There's a storm brewing at Spinks Drive, but who will it favour? Will it be the Red and Greens or will it be the Dynamo? One thing you can never say about football is that it's predictable. Probably heard over the microphone a few Josh O'Grady supporters in the house. There's definitely a few of them. As we kick things off at Spinks Drive, Coventry United versus Shepshed Dynamo live on Coventry United Match Day with Liam Cook, as immediately goes out for a Shepshed throw on the far side of the pitch as it's hooked away by Kevin Thornton. And we're only 5 seconds in, we already need a new ball. Which is quickly delivered by Luke Morton and then Josh O'Grady. We've got Joe Connor on the far side. That's a ball boy for Coventry United. And a wasted throw for Shepshed, immediately giving it away to Coventry United. In fact, United give it away themselves with Matt Gardner now for Shepshed. Long ball towards Langham. Couldn't bring it under control. Kevin Thornton puts it up forward, looking for Jimmy Holton. Hooked away by Joe Pheasant. Nodded on. Coleman will pick it up in defence and plays it across to his defensive partner, Pierre Moodham, onto the right with Josh O'Grady, who's playing as a winger. It appears Jimmy Holton is playing as the main striker for Coventry United. And here is Holton as he comes into the penalty area. And he cracked an opportunity here, squares it for Chris Cox, and put out for a Coventry United throw. So it appears that Coventry United are going with the one man up front, and it is Jimmy Holton, who's traditionally a central midfielder. So an unconventional stance for Coventry United, but it could well work as United's latest long throw specialist, Lewis Ison, gets ready to hook this one into the penalty area. It's towards the head of Holton, headed away by the Shepshed defender. Did that touch the arm of the midfielder for Shepshed? Referee says no. United win the ball back. Cox onto the right hand side with Josh O'Grady, looking to trick his way past Josh Morrell. Cuts in, side challenge from Morrell, gets a touch on the ball, and Shepshed come away with possession. Joel Carter plays it into defence now with Prendeville. Long ball onto the left-hand side. It was going towards Matt Langham, but it's going to drift out of play, and Pierre Moodham will pick up the ball for a Coventry United throw just in front of us. Langham cuts out one of the avenues of approach for Moodham. He's found Josh O'Grady. Ison passes it across the back line to Jamie Coleman for Coventry United. Thornton. Okay, you're doing well to close off the clear space for the Red and Greens. Moodham now on the right hand side. He's got Holton in front of him. Goes down the right to Josh O'Grady. Ball control from O'Grady, but he still keeps under control. Put out of play by Niall Prendeville. Coventry United throw right in front of Terry Anderson's dugout. Thornton. Moodham, United trying to find a way down the right hand side. Moodham making good progress, but into the area and chested back to his own goalkeeper by Jared Russell. And as you can hear, the remnants of Storm Doris still very much in the vicinity at Spinks Drive. Hold on to your hats, everybody, because believe me, if you don't, they're going to be gone by full time. Coleman for Coventry United. Back to the goalkeeper, Rich Morris. As we said during the pre-show here on Coventry United match day, these conditions may not be favourable for the players, but they're certainly favourable for the fans. They can create some opportunities for either side. Sort of conditions that strikers love, defenders hate. Ison hooked it out for another Shepshed throw in virtually the same position. And the bad thing for commentators is that it's still freezing cold. Pheasant loses out. Courtney Cameron plays it forward looking for Chris Cox, intercepted by Prenderville. And Russell plays it back to the goalkeeper, Laurie Pearson. Punts it forward, only onto the head of Kevin Thornton. Several options forward for Thornton. Chips it onto the right hand side, where Josh O'Grady is waiting, just about able to control. Moody making the overlapping run for Coventry United. It's still with O'Grady as he makes his way towards the penalty area. O'Grady tries one on his own, and it's fumbled by the goalkeeper. Can Thornton put it into an empty net? Yes, he can! An absolute howler for Laurie Pearson. It should have been a simple save for the Shepshed stopper, but he fumbled it. And at the second bite of the cherry, Kevin Thornton is the man to give Coventry United the lead just 5 minutes in. Coventry United 1, Shepshed Dynamo 0, and the best beard in the business, Kevin Thornton, strikes again, his 8th goal in League and Cup this season. Well, you have to say Pearson really should have done better there. It should have been a simple save, although it was a decent effort from O'Grady. It wasn't an effort that should have caused the Shepshed number 1 any sorts of problems. But now Shepshed looks to immediately get back on the front foot into the penalty area. Michael Reeve tackled well by Lewis Ison. And now Thornton plays it out of danger. United's man of the match last Saturday, already on the score sheet with the red and greens today. Thornton tries to find Moodim, intercepted well by Matt Gardner. Reeve can only find Decore challenged well by Gardner, but the defensive midfielder able to find a teammate, although it's intercepted in the midfield by Shepshed. It's once again possession lost. Pierre Moodim. O'Grady making the run down the right hand side. Reeve makes the challenge from behind, but United try and play a 1-2 between O'Grady and Moodim. Moodim goes down. O'Grady appeals. Referee says no. And it will be a goal kick to the red and greens. So we're only 6 minutes in, and already it's Coventry United 1, Shepshed Dynamo 0. Josh O'Grady with a strike from the edge of the penalty area. Should have been a simple save for Laurie Pearson, the Shepshed goalkeeper. He fumbled it. It was garnered by Kevin Thornton, who tried once to put it in. It was saved by Pearson, and then the second time of asking, he was able to put it home into the near corner. Pearson has got hold of the ball this time in his penalty area. Holton making inroads and trying to put him under pressure, and a hasty clearance from Laurie Pearson. Reeve nods it on, looking for a teammate, only finds Kevin Thornton of Coventry United, the goal scorer. Long ball forward by Thornton, intercepted well by Niall Prenderville. Strides forward unopposed. Jared Russell on the right hand side now as Courtney Cameron closes him off. Pheasant. Long ball intercepted. Gardner able to bring it back to Shepshed. Ball onto the right hand side. Russell just able to get it away to Jake Woolley. Langham looking for Woolley on the right hand side. And Coleman able to intercept and find Ben Valance as Coventry United look to break forward themselves. The perfect start for the red and green so far. They lead by 1-0. Down the left hand side now with Jimmy Holton, who's playing as a striker. And it's going to be a Coventry United throw as Joe Pheasant puts it out of play. Let's try and get a score update now from the Ricoh Arena, where the Sky Blues of Coventry City are in a real 6-pointer against Swindon. It's Coventry United break forward now. Courtney Cameron able to shrug off the defender. Let's see, he can't do it forever, and Jake Woolley brings it back to Shepshed. Punts the long ball forward. Langham heads it out of play. So United throw. Thornton flicks it up. Valance brings it down. Cox. Thornton punts it onto the right. O'Grady's there. Moody making the overlapping run for the red and greens. Moving down the right hand side. Cuts into the penalty area. Fantastic move by Pierre Mudim. It's still going and it's deflected into the hands of Pheasant. Not a bad run there from Pierre Mudim. We've seen his attacking side this season. Lewis Ison makes an interception from Matt Langham on the edge of his penalty area. It remains at 0-0 at the Ricoh Arena between Coventry City and Swindon Town. Decory in the pass forward to Jimmy Holton, wrong-footed, the former Spinks man. And Laurie Pearson able to find Prendeville, who punts it forward looking for Reeve. It's bounced over the head of Lewis Ison. Overhead kick finds John Decory. O'Grady. Now Mudim. Mudim to O'Grady. Switches onto the left hand side. Fantastic passing accuracy there from the United man, finding Courtney Cameron on the left. Forward ball to Chris Cox. Cameron making the run. Cox. Thornton tries to find Holton, and it's intercepted well by Jake Betts. Ison picks it up now for Coventry United, striding forward the centre back. He's in a very dangerous position here, but Betts able to make the interception. Morrow moves it up forward, but the wind takes it away, and Valence will bring it down and play it back to the United shot stopper Rich Morris. This wind will do havoc with the goal kicks. He takes a short one to Ben Valence. Valence strides forward through the heart of the Shepshed midfield, born to the left hand side to Jimmy Holton, and the assistance on this near side calls offside against Jimmy Holton, playing as a main striker for Coventry United. I was right, they are going for a 4-3-3, but it's actually Josh O'Grady on the right, Courtney Cameron on the left, and Holton playing as the main striker, although they seem to be switching with Chris Cox as well. Cox has played as a striker this season, not quite as effectively as he would have hoped. Morrow booted forward looking for Reeve, and that will fall harmlessly into the box for Richard Morris to gather. It remains at 1-1 as we hit 10 minutes at Spinks Drive. Kevin Thornton with the only goal of the game, thanks to a mistake by Laurie Pearson. Cameron. Thornton into the centre circle now. Kevin Thornton gets the ball away before an attempted challenge, and Thornton falls onto Prendeville, who made the challenge. Morrow able to intercept and play it back to Laurie Pearson for Shepshed, who hoops it away. Ben Valence can't quite make contact with the header, but Thornton will pick up the loose ball. Really not happy about that one. He might have foul. Referee says no. Thornton ducks and weaves through the Shepshed midfield. Finds Josh O'Grady. He tries to do the same. Chris Cox, Shepshed closing United's avenues of approach. Ison finds Mudim with space on the right hand side. The right back looking to stride forward, as we've seen him do so many times this season. Tries to put the ball into the area for Holton, and interception made by Betts. Ball bounces around the halfway line. You have to bring it back under control. Ison to Coleman. Thornton in the centre circle, plenty of time, plenty of space, plays it forward to Chris Cox, tries to shield the ball from Jake Betts and does so beautifully. Ball to the right hand side, will it be kept in by Josh O'Grady? It will just about, but he can't give it away from Morrow, who sprints away with the ball with his feet. Long ball forward by Joe Pheasant. Langham into the penalty area, push from behind by Lewis Ison. The referee says no, there was clearly contact there. Well, Shepshed not too happy about that. I mean, I don't think there was enough contact to take Langham off his feet, but there was certainly a push there by Lewis Ison. The referee didn't want to know. I've seen them given, I've seen them not given. But in all fairness to Ison, there was contact, but there wasn't enough to take Langham off his feet. I think Langham went in there looking for the penalty, and it backfired. He's lost the ball, although Shepshed break forward once again. Pheasant. Long lofted ball for Jake Woolley, goes over the winger's head, and he won't keep that one in. And United will regroup with a throw-in on the left-hand side of their own penalty area. And the score remains at 1-0. To Coventry United, thanks to Kevin Thornton's early goal. Let's get a score update now from the Rico Arena, and it remains at 0-0 between the Sky Blues and Swindon. An unchanged lineup for the Sky Blues. That's 2-1 win against Gillingham. Russell Said's first win as Sky Blues manager. I mean, after the Walsall game, we were biting our nails just trying to find out whether City had won, as a free kick is given to Coventry United on the edge of the penalty area, of their own penalty area, I should say. And the floodlights coming on quite early at Spinks Drive. I mean, the light isn't fantastic, but I wouldn't have thought that the floodlights would be required as of yet. I mean, obviously we're going into spring now, towards the end of February, and I would have expected that the game would have finished in light for the first time in quite a while. Reeve meets the header after the free kick from Rich Morris. Decoy tries to pick it up in the centre circle. Long ball played forward though towards Langham. The ball bounces towards Jamie Coleman, who volleys out to the right hand side. Josh O'Grady making the overlapping run. Holton in front, Cox to the left. Striding forward on his own though. Josh O'Grady takes it past one defender, takes it past two, and past three. And well, a miscommunication there between O'Grady and Moodin. Was a fantastic run, but O'Grady was saying you have it, Moodin was saying no, you have it. And after that, no one's got it apart from Laurie Pearson, the Shepshed goalkeeper. So 15 minutes gone. Coventry United 1, Shepshed Dynamo 0 is the current score. Of course, the last meeting between these two sides at Butthole Lane, no sniggering please, ended 2-2 after United did take the lead thanks to Kai Williams. Ben Hazley scored twice to turn it around before Gift Musa scored 65 minutes in. The game ended 2-2. Feels such a long time ago. I mean, if you think about it, we've only got about 2 months, 2 full months until the season's over. It feels like yesterday we were in Wolverhampton for Sporting Cowser away on the first day of the season. Still can't get over how good that curry was. O'Grady, moved him, surrounded by Shepshed players. Eventually they could catch up with him. Reeve, Morrill. Shepshed just trying to get out of their own half here. United blocking their approach. Long ball forward towards Langham, and believe me, the wins that we've got, the long ball game is not going to work. And combination of Coleman and Ice now to get the ball back to Rich Morris in goal for Coventry United. Retain their 1-goal lead. Valance. Holton tries to turn and can't do so. To be fair to Holton, he's been fantastic in recent games. Last couple of games he's got some minutes under his belt. But playing as a number 9 is a completely different ball game for him today. Valance, in his own penalty area, has to hook it away. Russell intercepts, however. Carter tries to play it back to Russell on the right hand side. Forward and brings it back to Coventry United. It's under pressure now. Valance hoofs it away towards Holton, and it's nodded out of play by Joe Pheasant of Shepshed around the halfway line. United have the throw. Valance takes a short one, plays a 1-2 with Courtney Cameron. Holton to Cameron once again. 3 Shepshed defenders following him, but no one can pick him up. Cameron's delivery into the area, a low cross, and Betts able to simply boot that ball out of danger. It's back with Jean Decory, onto the right with Pierre Mudim. Further right still with Josh O'Grady. Several United men in the area waiting for delivery. It's put in, it's hooked away half by Betts. It's back with Mudim. Mudim forced onto the right, keeps the ball in play. Poured cross at the near post, and it's booted clear. O'Grady, Cox, as United forced away from the box, still in Shepshed territory. Well, not for long as Reeve punts it upfield. Langham flicks it on. Matt Gardner, Woolley, and a good tackle there by Jamie Coleman to take the ball away from Woolley, but the winger will regroup the throw for Shepshed, taking quickly to Matt Langham. Langham looks to get the cross in from the right hand side. Only one option in the centre. He'll square it for Niall Penderville. Well, he tried to, but Cameron gets his foot in there. Penderville able to keep it alive, puts onto the right with Jared Russell. Cross put in. Once again, Coleman hooks it away. Fulton brings it down for Coventry United. Cameron. And the red and greens can breathe a sigh of relief. The team will have a little bit more time on the ball on the left-hand side as they stride away from their own 16-yard box. Long ball towards the right, and again the wind playing havoc with those long balls. But Morrell's head away, only found John Decory. It was a poor decision from the defender. Decory over to the right-hand side now with Josh O'Grady. He cuts in. Will he try one? He will. And well, it was more like a cross, really. He struck one towards goal. It swerved away towards the far post. Holton was in there, tried to get his head on it, but couldn't get a clean enough contact. And it goes out for a goal kick. Shepshed start quickly with Jared Russell. Long ball forward looking for Langham. Iceland gets there first. Prendeville nods it onto the right. No one there. And it's a United throw. It remains at 1-0 to United as we head towards 20 minutes at Spinks Drive. And it's still scored to the Rico Arena between Coventry City and Swindon. Free kick given against Jimmy Holton there for a foul on Niall Prendeville. A little bit late from Holton. It was an innocent enough challenge, but he did click the leg of the Dynamo midfielder. It's going to be Joe Pheasant to take this one. He's got option on the left with Josh Morrell. And he slips as he takes it, and it's gone straight to the head of John Decory. The header away by Decory fell to Prendeville, but it's put forward by Chris Cox, who intercepted, and I'm not quite sure what he was trying to attempt with that ball, but it's gone straight into the hands of the Shepshed goalkeeper, Laurie Pearson, who certainly has some making up to do after that howler of a mistake, allowing United to score the opening goal. It's been really the only clear-cut chance of the entire match, and it wasn't really an opportunity that should have resulted in a goal. Here's Morrell for Shepshed. Kept alive on the left-hand side by Gardner, but Decory able to win it back for Coventry United. Decory sandwiched there by Gardner and Langham. And it's taking a touch off Gardner last. I believe it's going to be a United throw in front of the Dynamo dugouts. Moved him to O'Grady. O'Grady pressure from behind by Gardner. And Gardner incensed that it's going out for a United throw. He didn't seem to have any contact by a Shepshed player. In fact, it looked like it came off O'Grady, and there was a stern protest from Shepshed, but the following throws resulted in another throw for United, a couple of yards forward. United take the throw, and it's gone out for another throw to Coventry United, 10 yards further up. Thornton cuts in well, looks to strike one, a goal. It's Kevin Thornton, and it wasn't a million miles away. Drags wide the far post. It was very nearly a double against Dynamo for Kevin Thornton. It was struck well, it was struck true, but it was struck wide. And it remains at 1-0 to the Red and Greens at a very windy Spinks Drive. So 20 minutes gone, United still lead by that single goal. Pearson clears it, nodded on by Michael Reeve. Intercepted by Ben Valence, and Thornton will take it forward across the halfway line. Well, he would try to, but now it's played back to Jamie Coleman in the United back line. Morris hooks it away towards Cameron, and Russell beats him in the air, but he also is beaten by the ball, and it goes out for another throw-in on the far side of the pitch, just inside Dynamo territory. Valence line towards Jimmy Holton. He's forced off the ball. Carter. Prendeville taken out by Chris Cox. Mood him. Cox again in the centre circle. Long ball towards the left hand side. Will he find Cameron? No, he can't. Long ball's going to be dangerous in these conditions. Thornton forced down from behind by Carter. Free kick Coventry United. Just on the outside of the centre circle. Inside Dynamo's half. It's a decent opportunity to get the ball in the penalty area. But now they're just going to take a short one to the left hand side with Cameron, and it's immediately slid out for a throw by Jared Russell. It was a good idea, but the pass wasn't nearly powerful enough to find its intended target. Thornton, Cameron, Carter to make the interception. Lofted ball over the top of the defence, and it was towards Langham. Rich Morris with a risky manoeuvre there, volleying the ball towards Pierre Mooney. If he got that one wrong, then Pearson wouldn't be the only goalkeeper looking foolish today. Fordson, after a good chance from Josh O'Grady, into the area where Chris Cox is waiting. He stumbled at the crucial moment, and the chance is gone. Well, you have to think that if he got a clean run on that ball, it could well have been 2-0. He's a competent finisher, is Chris Cox. Well, he didn't get the chance to strike that one towards the net. It remains at 1-0 to the Red and Greens at Spinks Drive. We'll try and get some score updates from the Premier League soon. We'll try and get the scores up. Here's Chris Cox for Coventry United, the skipper, playing in midfield for a change. Coleman, long ball towards, I think that's towards O'Grady, but it's fallen to Morale. So United seemingly ditching the five-man defence as Jimmy Holton is flagged for a push on Morale. Apologies for the not so squeaky clean audio, it's due to the wind. There's been a couple of goals in the Premier League. Chelsea leads Swansea by 1-0 at Stamford Bridge, and West Brom are 2-1 up at home to Bournemouth. In the Championship, Aston Villa lead Derby 1-0, Huddersfield are beating Barnsley, Brentford lead Rotherham, it's 1-1 between Cardiff and Fulham, Bristol City beating Newcastle 2-0 at St James's Park. There's been a couple of goals in League One, still no goals at the Rico though. Bury beating Charlton 1-0, Chesterfield losing 1-0 home to Oxford, that's huge for Coventry City. MK Dons beating Shrewsbury 2-0, another big result there for Coventry City if that one is pulled off. And Sheffield United beating Bolton 1-0. In League 2, Stevenage are beating Crewe 1-0, Doncaster 1-1 between against Accrington. Cameron puts it into the area, headed away by Betts. It's followed up by Fortin. Did it strike the arm? No, it didn't, according to the referee. It seemed to hit the elbow there of Joe Pheasant. No real appeals from the United players. Blackpool lead Exeter by 1-0. Cheltenham 1-0 up at Leyton Orient. Luton in front against Plymouth. Mansfield 1-1 against Newport. Morecambe lead Grimsby 1-0. And Wickham are 1-0 up against Crawley. So those are the latest scores in the top 4 divisions of English football. The score here at Spinks Drive remains at 1-0 to the Red and Greens of Coventry United as we are halfway through the first period. And a very wet and windy Spinks Drive. Joel Carter. Here's a 1-2 with Gardner. Here's Jake Betts. Carter tries to find Langham. It wasn't a million miles away. It's headed away by Lewis Ison. Fordson able to pick up the loose ball despite the best efforts of Niall Prendeville. It was a dangerous ball forward. And as Morris came for it, Ison tried to head it away. It could have been dangerous, but luckily United had it under control. Here's Pierre Moody striding forward, tries to find O'Grady in space on the right-hand side. It's running to Cox, however. It flashes across to Courtney Cameron, and that's surely Jimmy Holton. Fantastic last-ditch challenge to deny Holton. It's still alive with O'Grady, and it's over the crossbar, and he'll go out for a corner. Jimmy Holton, point-blank range. But a fantastic slide challenge. I believe it was, I think it was Joe Pheasant who got in there. A last-ditch, crucial challenge by Pheasants to stop Holton from giving United a 2-0 lead. And some instructions being relayed to Michael Reeve of Shepshed by the Dynamo manager. And it may have cost them as Moodim wasn't picked up and the short corner was played. It's O'Grady, side netting. Well, that little impromptu team talk could well have cost United because I believe Reeve was supposed to have Moodim marked up, but he was too busy talking to the manager. So still with about 22 minutes of the first half to play, United still leading by that single goal from Kevin Thornton. Goal kick nodded out of play by Jake Woolley. United will pick up the throw on the halfway line. Valance flicked on by Holton towards Cox, but only finds Joe Pheasant. Pearson, the goalkeeper for Shepshed Dynamo, puts his laces through that one. It's towards Langham. Coleman nods it up rather than out. Woolley picks it up on the right hand side. Valence barges into the Shepshed winger and allows Kevin Thornton to pick it up. Long ball towards Cox. Betts gets there just in time. Decory beaten to the ball. Decory is a lucky man because Moodham has won it back and puts it forward for Chris Cox. Cox for Coventry United. Across the box to Josh O'Grady, but it's hooked away by Pheasant. Decory, moving with space on the right hand side, cut off now by Morale. And it's an easy catch that time for the goalkeeper Laurie Pearson. It seems the butter on his gloves has finally been wiped off. There's going to be a throw in halfway into United territory for Ben Valence of the Red and Greens. Shepshed in their change strip of yellow and black today. It's not doing them any favours. Cox knotted over the defender, but there's no one there. Pearson puts that one out of his box. Langham challenges Kevin Thornton for the ball. It allows Jake Woolley to pick up the loose ball. Russell. Coleman nods it forward for United, but it's picked up once again in the midfield by Dynamo. Gardner and the pressure from Decory. Challenge made by Chris Cox, but there's no one there for Coventry United. It's going to be easy pickings for Laurie Pearson. Well, to be fair, apart from the goal, there's only been one clear-cut opportunity in this entire match, and that was for Jimmy Holton a few minutes ago, but that was stopped by a crucial challenge by Joe Pheasant. O'Grady and the pressure is opposite number 10 Michael Reeve, plays it to Kevin Thornton into the Coventry United box with Rich Moss, I should say. Goal kick only finds the head of the Shepshed defender. Gardner tries to put one through, and Cyril Chinaz has put out of play, but very nearly United caught with their pants between their legs. As Jake Woolley caught Jamie Coleman out in his own penalty area and very nearly able to pull the shot away. But United just able to deal with the danger. Well, they've waited out one attack. Can they see another through? As we get set for this corner routine from the right hand side, it's going to be round taken, I believe. It's towards Betts. Betts nods it forward and it's chipped out of the box by Coleman. Only as far as Gardner, puts it back in, punched clear by Morris, not so clear, that was Carter, nods it onto the roof of the net. United will regroup with the goal kick. As we are less than 15 minutes away from the half-time whistle, Michael Reeve picks up the loose ball for Shepshed. Dynamo braced on the left-hand side, blocked off well by Pierre Moodham. I'm not sure what the Shepshed coaches are complaining about. It was a perfect body block from Pierre Moodham. Perfectly lawful in terms of the loss of the game, and it's put out of play off the leg of Reeve for a throw into Coventry United. Lewis Ison plays it forward to Jean Decory under pressure from behind, caught out by Gardner. Joel Carter and the number 7s go head to head there as Thornton tries to force him out. Cross put in, headed over his own net by Jamie Coleman, and it will be another corner to Shepshed, who are starting to crank up the thermostat. It's going to be another corner routine. I believe it's going to be Matt Gardner to take this one. In fact, no, he's leaving it to Morel. And Shepshed looking to equalise with this corner. And there has been a goal at the Ricoh Arena. The Great Escape may have just been stunted. There's a corner put in and it's headed away by United. Still in danger though as Ison nods it out of danger. Langham. Ison battling with the ball and Decory heads it away. But going back to that goal news, Swindon Town lead at the Ricoh Arena by 1-0. Nicky Ajose has scored, a man who very nearly joined the Sky Blues this summer. So Nicky Ajose has scored for Swindon Town at the Rico Arena. Coventry City 0, Swindon 1. As the ball bounces into Rich Morris's penalty area. With around 12 minutes to go until half time. Here's Josh O'Grady, down line for Chris Cox, under pressure from behind by Jake Betts. Tries to let the ball run. Betts isn't going to be caught out by that one. Joel Carter. Matt Gardner, forced into his own half by Kevin Thornton, and a little bit of contact in the back forces Gardner down. And the referee gives a free kick taken quickly by Gardner to Joel Carter. He's got nowhere to go here. Where's he going to play it? Plays it forward to Gardner, lets it run for Langham. Tries to return it to Gardner, intercepted by Thornton. Jimmy Holton now for Coventry United, flicks onto the right hand side for Josh O'Grady to chase, and he won't get there. In all fairness to Holton, I think centre midfield is certainly his position. Number 9, not so much. United do have a recognised striker on the bench in Kyle Williams. They don't need him as of yet. They are leading by 1-0 as we approach the half-time whistle, so they don't need Williams just yet. If Shepshed are going to press on and get an equaliser, United may well need him, as Lewis Hyson is dragged to the floor by Niall Prendeville. Prendeville's not happy. He's I think he's known to the referee, who doesn't want to know. And Hyson will dust himself off. In fact, now it's going to be Rich Morris who's going to take it. So the latest news from the Rico Arena: the Sky Blues of Coventry City losing by 1-0 thanks to Nicky Ajose's goal for the Robins. Relegation 6-pointer going against the Sky Blues. Ball hoofed away by Shepshed. Coventry United throw deep into their own territory. The wind's certainly not subsiding, neither is the light rain. Throwing taken. Coleman, poor control. Puts him into danger now as Gardner slides in and brings it back to Shepshed. Michael Reeve in the centre circle for Dynamo. Can he put the ball down the left-hand side for Morale? He's caught out by Cox, but Reeves still able to retain possession. It's an unstoppable run by Michael Reeve, and eventually Jamie Coleman with a crucial challenge on the edge of the penalty area, but still it's alive for Shepshed. Carter sidesteps Shonda Corey, and he goes straight into the defensive midfielder. Free kick to Shepshed. Can't really have any complaints about that one. And the Dynamo have got themselves a real opportunity here, and Matt Gardner with the ball. Well, I think Niall Prendeville wanted that when he's saying, why can't I have it? But it's going to be Matt Gardner, the number 8, to line this one up. Joel Carter is there offering a short option if he needs one. And Gardner saying, no, this is mine. Just a two-man Wolf United. Will they be enough? Gardner strike, and it's deflected into the hands of Rich Morris. Simple save for the man they call England's number 1 in these parts of the country. Cameron sidesteps 2 Shepshed defenders, just to take it around Russell. He eventually gets it back after losing it for a short period of time. Cameron, and the shot didn't live up to the setup. No accuracy on that one, not a lot of power either. And another good opportunity wasted for the Red and Greens. We've got about 7 minutes to go until half time, plus whatever the referee wants to add on. I don't believe there's going to be that many stoppage time minutes, because in all fairness, there haven't been that many stoppages. We've only had the one goal, we've had one proper effort on goal. So the rain picking up once again. That's Spinks drive. Carter puts it upfield, looking for Matt Gardner. He'll bounce towards the Shepshed midfielder. Eisen just there to get the shoulder barge in there and take the ball away. Once again, the Shepshed coaching staff not happy. And again, I don't see why. It was a perfectly good challenge. Get themselves going with this throw in taken by Josh Morrell. Plays a 1-2 with Carter. Tries to get the ball down the left-hand side. It's stopped by O'Grady. He manages to knock the ball to Reeve. Chips it over the defence, looking for Matt Gardner. And that'll fall into the boots of Rich Morris, who will make sure the ball goes into his area and pick it up before Gardner can get there. Eisen Takes it around, Reeve, and plays it to Kevin Thornton. Thornton sidesteps the challenge from Niall Prendeville. Forward to Jimmy Holton, pressure from behind, and he loses the ball. Good tackle there by Joe Pheasant. Russell. Betts. Shepshed under pressure now, she's closing them down, just able to get the ball away. Offside called against Matt Gardner. And that's the end of that move. Ison. Forward to Chris Cox in United's half. Corey picks up in the centre circle. Attempted charge by Niall Prendeville. Goes to nothing. Thornton. Onto the left with Courtney Cameron. Cameron beats the ball by Jared Russell. It's gone out for a Coventry throw around 10 yards into Shepshed territory. And there's been another goal at the Ricoh Arena. I'm sorry to say it, boys and girls, but I think the Great Escape is off. Coventry City 0, Swindon Town 2. Jonathan Obika has scored for Swindon. And, well, it's going to take an almighty comeback for the Sky Blues to get anything out of this game now. So, the score as they head towards half-time at the Ricoh, Coventry City 0, Swindon Town 2. Here at Sphinx Drive, Coventry United are leading against Shepshed. Courtney Cameron on the edge of the area, out-muscled by Michael Reeve, who has, in all fairness, probably been Shepshed's best player so far. O'Grady, tripped by Carter. He'll keep on going down that right-hand side. O'Grady, cross in towards Holton, goes all the way towards the far post. Thornton tries to keep it alive, but it's picked up by Woolley. Long ball forward for Langham. Now goes to the ground, and the challenge from Jamie Coleman. Referee says no foul. Corey plays it onto the right to his teammate Pierre Moudin. Moudin plays a neat 1-2 with O'Grady, allowing him some space on the right hand side, but Reeve comes across to try and block the run. Throw in Coventry United. Reeve with a little shove as they took a final touch off the big number 10. And how United would love a second goal before the break will make their lives a lot easier. They've got 5 minutes to get it. And it's going to be one of those old long throws from teenage centre-back Lewis Ison, who of course scored the equalising goal against Walsall last weekend. It's towards Pearson, who's dropped it again, but this time he's not punished. And Laurie Pearson has not had a great day for Shepshed. Bunted forward by Jake Woolley, easily gathered by Ben Valance at left back for Coventry United. Here's Kevin Thornton. Thornton plays it to Jamie Coleman. The pitch at Sphinx Drive starting to cut up a little bit. Coleman's ball to the right, finds Pierre Moudin beautifully. Langham comes across, tries to dispossess Moudin, doesn't do so. Lewis Ison, Thornton. He's got Gardner behind him, but able to release before he can get there. Plays a 1-2 with Jamie Coleman. Thornton forward once again to Jimmy Holton. Holton strides forward onto the left-hand side with Courtney Cameron. Cameron's cross charged down by Jared Russell. And it will be a throw-in level with the Shepshed penalty area. And another new ball is required. So around 2 minutes to go until half-time. Of course, referee will add whatever he wants onto the end. The first half. United seem comfortable at the moment. Throw taken to Jimmy Holton, playing up front for Coventry United, a position that he hasn't really shone in so far. Cross charge down once again by Jared Russell. And it will be another throw in around their 5 yards further down line. Valance plays a 1-2 with Thornton, back to the former Coventry midfielder. Well, he tried to put it back and it's intercepted by Woolley. Gardner, Russell, long ball forward blocked by the head of his own player, and United will pick it up in their own half with Kevin Thornton. Thornton to Valance. Valance still going, but he's eventually stopped by Joel Carter. Woolley tries to find Reeve, but a combination of Valance and Thornton makes sure he doesn't get there. Let's play back into United territory with Jamie Coleman. Now Thornton, goal scorer. Long lofted ball to the right towards Josh O'Grady. Chest control by the winger. Tries to put it into the centre. He nearly found Chris Cox. But, oh, that was a dangerous back pass there by Joe Pheasant. With Chris Cox right behind him. Pearson had to be on his toes to get that one away before the skipper made inroads into the penalty area. Thornton. And he's caught from behind by Joel Carter. Fair play to Thornton. He tried to keep on going, but he just couldn't get back to his feet. And another free kick now as Betts. A little shirt pull on the back of Chris Cox. It's a free kick now for Coventry United. It's Josh O'Grady lining this one up. We've seen him score some spectacular free kicks over the last 2 seasons. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve this time. Thornton standing over it as well. I think it is going to be an O'Grady set piece. As the howling winds blow around Sphinx Drive, all the conditions help O'Grady. Oh, they may have actually hindered him as it just edges wide at the far post. Well, United retain their 1-goal lead as we head towards the break. But a second goal would have done United the world of good in the half-time team talk. And as they head towards half-time at the Ricoh Arena, it remains Coventry City 0, Swindon Town 2. So the Sky Blues seemingly heading for defeat at the Ricoh. Ison puts the ball out of play. And it will be a throw-in now to Shepshed. Reeve, Langham on the left-hand side of the penalty area tries to swerve his way through the United back line. Reeve intercepted well by Kevin Thornton. Forced into the corner, Ison hooks it away. Down the right wing, Carter keeps it in. Only finds Josh O'Grady for Coventry United. And he puts it out of play for a Coventry United throw off the legs of Josh Morrell. United can regroup with this throw to be taken by Lewis Ison. Long throw towards Chris Cox. Good chest control by Cox under pressure from behind by Morrell. Comes away with the ball and a blatant shirt pull there by Morrell. And a free kick to Coventry United, and the follow through by Betts, taking Chris Cox out. And if it wasn't a free kick before, it certainly is now. But the most blatant of shirt pulls there by Josh Morrell results in a free kick to United just in front of Terry Anderson's dugout. I'm sure Terry Anderson will be a rather happy spectator as we prepare for the interval. Of course, we'll be taking a short break on Coventry United match day at half-time to swap over the laptop battery to ensure we can bring the second half of this match in its entirety. So check back around 10 minutes after half-time for the second half. Thornton's free kick, and the referee, well, I thought he blew the whistle there. I mean, in fact, it's allowed United, it's allowed Shepshed, sorry, to have a go, and, well, one of the more bizarre moves that I've seen all season. Well, the referee's called for half-time, but well, that was bizarre, that was. I mean, I'm sure I heard a whistle there as Kevin Thornton struck the free kick towards the net, and Pearson just blasted it away. It was clear that it wasn't a guided kick, it was just a boot away from the net in frustration, but it eventually found Matt Gardner, who strode towards the net. The referee allowed the play to continue, and Gardner, luckily for United, struck the ball over the crossbar, and now Terry Anderson is having a word with the referee, and rightly so. That's one of the more bizarre circumstances that I've seen this season, but nevertheless, it's half-time, and the score is Coventry United 1, Shepshed Dynamo 0. Kevin Thornton with the only goal of the match so far, 5 minutes in after a mistake by Laurie Pearson, the Shepshed goalkeeper. And that will do us for the first half here on Coventry United Match Day with Liam Cook. Check back in around 10 minutes on the YouTube channel for the second half of this enthralling encounter. So stick around, we'll be back in around 10 minutes time for the second half.